So hi Suresh, a very big fan of yours first, let me mention that. And also many congratulations on the award that you've got today. Would you like to tell something about that?
I think it's a great validation for coaches, and it's a very lonely journey, and people in the society still don't accept that you can work from home and make 1 crore in revenue. Right. So people think that any money that you make, it has to be completely, you go out, you sweat, you do a lot of things around, and then you earn, right? But I think a lot of people undervalue this, but I think it's a great value that this award has given to coaches, especially in India, because I've been an entrepreneur for 13 years now. And the last 3 years, my own family, my own parents didn't recognize that this is, this is a business. Right? They said that's now you're staying at home for a lot of time, you're reading, you're doing workshops. Is it really a full-time thing, right? So I think this award broke all of those myths.
Very true.
And I think this I don't see it as an award. Right. I see it as an encouragement. I see it as a motivation, an inspiration to do 10x more.
True. Like you rightly said, so the world we live by today is very taxing. So you'll have to go for a day job, 9 to 5. So that is when the real money is made, is what people think. That's the perspective. But I think people like you, coaches like you, is breaking the barrier, saying that it's just not the time that you spend on at work, it's also the value that you add, like you rightly said. So in the journey that you have done, especially, so you're using a very unique name called the Treepreneur. So that stands out of the market. So that is exactly the reason to why I also started following your content on a very personal note. So how did that name come from? So what made you come up with that name? What was the thought process behind it?
Sure. So when it comes to tea outlet, people don't give that respect first, right? So they say just a tea outlet. Anybody can start a tea outlet, and the easiest business that on the earth anybody can start, right? So people don't value, people don't see it as a business. It requires kind of a mentoring or a coaching to do that business, right? So, but I help people to start modern tea outlets. So there's a lot of transformation happening in the space where these local tea shops, majority of it is getting transformed to the modern tea outlet format, because it lacks hygiene, cleanliness, consistency, and all of these are problems in this industry. So I wanted to give it a very modern look, modern avatar to this program itself, right? So that's when I thought, why don't we name it as Modern Teapreneur? An entrepreneur who runs a modern tea outlet is called Modern Teapreneur, a teapreneur. Okay. Right? So we have Chief Executive Officer, Chief Marketing Officer. So I coined this word called Chief Tea Officer. It's a very unorganized segment. Right. But any unorganized business, when you put systems, you put processes, you focus it in the right way, it has huge potential to make it big. And India is a tea drinking nation. And there are a lot of brands that offer franchise, but I strongly believe that there's a larger impact that I can do, and not just myself, even there could be not many people come into the same space and then come join with me and revolutionize this tea outlet industry. So that's something that I'm looking for.
Right. Like you rightly said, so tea is just not a drink in India, it's an emotion. So people think drinking tea is their energy drink as well, right? So great things happen over a tea, over a coffee. So it's looked down to, but it impacts a lot of people. So that's one thing. So we have 2-3 exclusive questions for you. So in the past 15 years, you were born into various fields, you worked into various fields. You worked in retail, you worked in IT, you worked in staffing, you've been in training as well, you've been in development. So now this transitional journey to being a content creator and a teapreneur for that matter. So this journey for you, that's been, so how has it been? I'm sure there's been challenging days as well. So how did you fight it through? So you're standing at the stage today, having the award like this in your hand. So if there's one thing that you'll have to tell this world, so what would that be?
So 13 years of journey, a lot of failures, lot of struggles, lot of challenges, and I think initial days it have been very disheartening to see a lot of failures. Keep failing a lot of times, but then I became mature enough when I started facing multiple failures, and I though it pains, now I think it has become a habit. Now I see failure or success I'm not really excited today to hold this award, but it's motivating definitely. So which means that I'm matured enough to take on, understand what failure is, what success is, and the only single mantra that I have is fail fast, learn fast. There is no success without failure.
Very true.
And you need to accept the fact that failure is an orphan. Success has got many relatives. Right? When you succeed, everybody joins the party, be it your family member or your friends or anybody. Right? But when you fail, it's a very lonely journey. But I think when people fail more often, when you hear a lot of no's than yes, and you mature enough, and I think I've pretty much matured enough to take on failures today. That's the kind of learning that I got in the.
So to just add to what you said, I think failing is the only way to rise. So this been told by once some legend, and I remember that. So it's very true, right? I mean, after you told. So there's one thing that's very close to your heart. What would that be?
Impacting people through entrepreneurship.
Wow, I think that's the best answer any person could give. So last question. So when can we have a coffee or a tea together?
Tomorrow.
Great. Looking forward for it, Suresh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Nice
Right.
question.